Recently, Carlos Swindle, the owner of SMK Quarter Horses in Fayette, Alabama, had to see a heartbreaking moment when one of her horses passed away, only days after the birth of a baby named Ty. His mother became sick days after giving birth, and despite treatment quickly went downhill. She crossed the rainbow and left the poor foal behind. The orphan foal had to live without mother's love and care when he was just 9 days old. Swindle also faced the challenge of raising an orphan foal, but that same night he gained an unexpected friend. And only 9 days old, a foal named Ty lost his mother, but that same night he gained an unexpected friend, an Australian cattle dog named Zip. Zip had never shown much interest in his horse siblings. We raise foals every year, and he would kind of look in the door and just look at them. Carla swindled, Zip's mom told the dodo. But on that fateful night in March, it was as if the 5-year-old rescue dog could tell he was needed. Ty's mother became sick days after giving birth, and despite treatment quickly went downhill. When things looked their bleakest for the mother and baby Swindles stayed by their side. As always, Zip tagged along after his owner. I spent the night at the barn and taking care of the mama horse, hoping that I could pull her through, Swindle said. Zip stayed with me in the alley of the barn all night. The foal was laying in the alley, and he just lay there beside the foal. He was whining, Swindle added. You could tell that Zip knew something was wrong that night. The next morning, Ty lost his mother, but he wasn't alone. Zip insisted on keeping the newborn horse company, comforting the little animal with his presence. When Zip was around, Ty was relaxed and happy. It seemed to me that the foal knew that the dog was trying to help him, Swindle said, which is so sweet. For 6 weeks, Zip wouldn't let Ty out of his sight. Whenever Swindle went to feed the foal, Zip was the first in line to greet the little horse. Every time I would take off to the barn, Zip would run to the stall and stand in front of the stall and wait for me to get there, Swindle said. He would beat me to the barn every time. As soon as I opened the door, he would knock me down before I could get in there, she added. If the foal was laying down, he would go over there and lay his head on him. As months passed, Ty quickly put on weight, growing into a healthy young horse, in part thanks to his adoptive dad. Now, Ty spends most days out in the pasture with his older sister, who is teaching him the ins and outs of being a horse. And while Zip still accompanies Swindle to the barn, he doesn't beg to go in the stall with Ty anymore. The foal is a little rough now, Swindle said, rearing up, trying to play, so Zip kind of stays away from him now. The proud dad understands that Ty needs to test his independence, and it doesn't make their relationship any less special. You could tell that when the foal needed Zip, Zip was there for him, Swindle said. And now Zip knows that the fall is okay, so they kind of went their separate ways. But it seems the little horse has opened up room in the older dog's heart, space that he has since filled with another baby. He loves my granddaughter, Swindle said. Whenever she comes over here, he goes directly to her. He treats her like he did the foal. He just loves to be around her. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.